Hello, this is Sherry Taylor from the Anti-Diet Lifestyle. This video will explain what the anti-diet lifestyle is all about. Hopefully it will give you enough information to be able to decide if you'd like to give it a go. A brief history about me first, just so you know that I've been there. I know what it feels like to want to lose weight so badly and the heartbreak of not being able to do so. For years I struggled to lose weight. I tried just about every fad diet going. The meal replacement diet, the cabbage diet, the Atkins diet, but none worked. In between, I tried the conventional dieting method, restricting my calorie intake to 1,000 to 1,200 calories per day. Again, this didn't work either. At the same time, I tried to out-exercise my overeating, which, although slowed down weight gain, didn't lead me to reaching my ideal weight either. Eventually, I hit rock bottom, and this was also around the same time I quit smoking. I had gained a large amount of weight, I was craving cigarettes, and my relationship had just failed. I didn't have the motivation to diet anymore, and so I quit even trying. Instead, I went on a journey to find out who I was and what I wanted from life. I spent hours researching the internet for other ways to find happiness and ultimately to gain the body I so yearned for. I realized that even though I was not dieting, I was losing weight. Whatever I had stumbled upon was working. To top that, my cravings lessened and I felt happier and whole again. I would really love to share my secrets with you. In fact, I'm on a mission to try and help as many people as I possibly can to achieve their weight loss goals. So this is what I've learned. When I wrote down all the actions that had led me to my goal, I discovered that each action fitted into one of 4 steps. These were the discoveries that had taken me from being a fat 30-something to a slim and fit 30-something. Years have passed and I've kept my trim figure. I no longer worry that I'll fit into something. My only concern is if I like it. So what are the 4 steps? The good news is that I've documented everything and put it in the form of a detailed plan. I call them my 4 crazy steps to weight loss success. Crazy step number 1. Stop weighing yourself. Yes, you heard right. Stop weighing yourself. When you do, you will no longer be held ransom to a number that decides if you're slim or not. Believe me, you'll know it when you're slim. Oh yeah, I won't lie to you. On the days when I weighed myself and I found I'd lost weight, I felt elated. The downside though, and it's a big downside, was that when I found out that I'd not lost any weight, or worse still, gained weight, my self-esteem plummeted and I hit rock bottom. I was depressed and would actually end up eating even more that day and sometimes the coming weeks or weeks because on occasion I would abandon my diet altogether just because of this reason. Crazy step number 2. Stop dieting. I know that sounds so absurd, but this is exactly what you need to do immediately. So how do I define dieting? And what is it that you need to stop doing? To me, dieting means counting calories, having foods that are forbidden, feeling guilty about eating, hating your body unless it's slim. I'm sure you can add to this list, but I think I've painted the picture for you. Instead, you need to focus on well-being, starting to look for the good in yourself. Simple changes like accepting compliments from people, swapping wearing dark, nondescript clothing with well-fitted, comfortable clothes that flatter your figure. They're great starting points on this journey for you. You are then beginning to subconsciously tell yourself that you are good enough, that at every moment, that right at this very point, not in some hard-to-imagine future. The last part of this step is about learning to eat again. I mean, think back to a time when you could just enjoy food without thinking about the calories and completely guilt-free. For most of us, we'd have to go back to our childhoods. But you need to believe that it is possible to feel like that again. And that's what crazy step number 2 will teach you to do. Crazy step number 3, break up with food. It sounds so silly, but I kid you not. You, me, in fact, everyone has a relationship with food. Some people see it as fuel and some people see it as comfort. So imagine for a moment what a bad relationship with a partner would look like. If you've ever been in a bad one, then simply think back. If you're lucky enough to never have had a bad relationship, then let your imagination run wild. How did it make you feel? How did it make you act? How did it affect other areas of your life? I think the answers are fairly obvious. You felt insecure, inadequate, lacking in vitality, depressed. Does any of this ring bells when it comes to dieting, I ask you? And I don't need to be a rocket scientist to work out that the answer is a big, resounding yes. Because dieting can make you feel exactly like this. Next, imagine a great relationship and how it would make you feel. On top of the world, happy, excited, positive about yourself, positive about your future. I think we'd all shout out a loud yes to that. So it is with food. If you use it for comfort and support, you usually find that the effect it has on you is bad. Whereas if you see it as fuel and nourishment, you find that the effect it has is good. So crazy step number 3 is all about breaking up with food, breaking up with your bad lover, and then finding a really, really good one. This takes us nicely on to crazy step number 4. I found that the things I surrounded myself with for motivational purposes were the very things that were holding me back from reaching my weight loss goal. Examples included weight loss magazines, sticking fat photos of myself on the fridge, reading dieting articles and blogs on the internet, having a beautiful outfit in a size that I could only dream of being able to fit in. I could go on, but I hope you've got the picture by now. What I found was that these things either held me kept stuck in the past, for example, looking at fat photos of myself or when I was slim, or they transported me to the future where I'd be wearing a beautiful petite dress. When I finally stopped doing anything that stopped me living in the present moment, I found that I felt lighter, freer, and this was because the black cloud of the past or future was lifted, allowing me to live fully and in the present. By the way, it wasn't just things that did this either, it was also experiences I was putting off doing until I was slim. Have you ever said to yourself, oh, when I lose a couple of pounds if I lose a couple of pounds this week, I'll treat myself to a bracelet or a book or any reward, so to speak? What I decided was that I was good enough to have the reward whether I was thin or not. This was such a powerful realization to me, so much so that I not only lost weight, but I began to enjoy my life more too from the get-go. So that's it. They're the crazy steps, and I am proof that they work. This is just a starter video to introduce you to the anti-diet lifestyle and what it's all about. Please like and subscribe so that you don't miss future videos where I will be breaking down the crazy steps for you in great detail so that it's easier for you to follow them. Thanks for watching this video. I'll see you the next time. Thank you.